For years, our fallout investigation has uncovered radioactive contamination,
I live in fear every day.
cancer,
Every person I know in this area has dealt with cancer in some way or the other.
and death.
It's a horrible life.
From the beginning, we focused on this, the Portsmouth Gaseous Diffusion Plant, or PORTS, a massive closed Cold War facility in Pike County that once enriched uranium for America's nuclear bombs. But tucked away in a corner of the Ports property is this, the on-site waste disposal facility, a 100-acre, $650 million low-level radioactive and hazardous waste landfill. It's massive, being built to bury contaminated debris, equipment, and soil, part of a multi-billion-dollar cleanup of this toxic site. The U.S. Department of Energy, or DOE, which oversees ports, insists when it's completed and capped in 2030, this cutting-edge landfill will seal the radioactive and toxic threat for up to 1,000 years. Others strongly disagree, including Gina Doyle, who protested it.
Did they listen to you?
No, they didn't.
And Piketon's mayor, Billy Spencer, who tried to stop it.
I think at some point, this will be an environmental disaster.
Even DOE's former Assistant Secretary of Environmental Management, Ann White, who oversaw the cleanup at Ports and other contaminated sites across the country, says Ports is simply the wrong place for a radioactive landfill.
Should that landfill have ever been built?
My opinion, no.
The reason White and others say that has everything to do with this. Water. Pike County, where Ports is located, receives an average rainfall of nearly 4 feet a year.
You're managing water all the time.
White, who arrived at DOE after the decision to build the landfill was already made, says the radioactive waste from Ports should have been sent to landfills out west, like this one near Salt Lake City, Utah, or this one in western Texas, where the rain falls at a fraction of what it does at Ports.
So you're saying they should have shipped it out west?
Absolutely.
All of it?
All of it. Putting a landfill east of the Mississippi in a wetter environment where the groundwater level is higher is demonstrably less safe than putting waste into a commercial landfill in an arid environment where the groundwater is very deep.
At the Ports landfill, the groundwater is much closer to the surface. If you lift a cross-section of the landfill, you'd see that groundwater underneath it. Just 3 miles away, an ancient river still flows underground. It's called the Taze Aquifer, and it runs from Virginia, West Virginia, and Kentucky to and through Ohio before cutting under Indiana and Illinois, providing water to countless homes and communities along the way. The worry is the radioactive and chemical waste from the landfill will eventually leach into this important aquifer.
Millions of people can be affected by this.
All it takes is a leak.
Yeah.
While DOE insists the aquifer is too far away and the landfill will be airtight, Piketon's mayor believes it's just a matter of time before the radiation and chemicals create a catastrophe.
Is this a ticking time bomb?
It always has been.
Certainly a recipe for trouble.
It could be, indeed.
While White steers clear of dire warnings, she agrees the landfill at Ports does pose a threat she says she would have stopped before it started.
Would you have killed this landfill idea?
Yeah. I would have demanded a much more rigorous evaluation and study of it.
Dwayne Pullman, Local 12 News.